Hare Krishna. Thank you, Satyarupa Prabhu, for that introduction. Uh, I don't know how much is correct in that. I just try. I'm not. I know I don't have that capability to do everything in a even a good way. What to call about better or best. I'm just trying to. I'm learning in association of all the devotees. So, so this class is purely for my purification and for the satisfaction of my Guru, Vaishnavas, and Srila Prabhupada. So, what we are going to learn about today in this class is there could be some good things in the class. Those are all from the Vaishnava Acharyas and previous speakers. I have just recollected them and presented it in a way that it appears presentable. But let's get it in a mood that we try to understand some information that is there in this presentation. What we will talk basically will be about the duties of a Vaishnava, what a Vaishnava is supposed to do, or basically a devotee is supposed to do, not a Vaishnava. Because defining a Vaishnava is another thing. We'll go in this presentation who is a Vaishnava, what Mahaprabhu talks about Vaishnava, what Bhagavad Gita says about Vaishnava, what is the actual service attitude that we should be taking over. So before I start, let's do invocation pranam prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. My humble pranams to all the Vaishnavas and Guru and Gauranga. So today is also one of the very auspicious days, that is disappearance of Vasudev Ghosh. Have you heard about Vasudev Ghosh? Vasudev Ghosh is one of the very prominent associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vasudev Ghosh and Madhava Ghosh, two brothers, they were in the party of Mahaprabhu, and they were very good kirtaniyas. They sing very well. And there are several Vaishnav songs sung by Vasudev Ghosh that are very famous. So like one song that is from, you can just see if it opens up here. This is, you all know about it. Vasudev Ghosh bole kari jod haat Jai Gaur Sei Krishna Sei Jagannath. Vasudev Ghosh bole. So who is Vasudev Ghosh? He's the same Vasudev Ghosh that appeared in association with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So very beautiful pastimes of Vasudev Ghosh that comes in Chaitanya Charitamrit. So we will read a little bit about it. This is a very rare picture that is of Mahaprabhu's Mahaprakash Leela. So I think everyone is aware about Mahaprakash Leela. What is Mahaprakash? So in this picture, you can see Advaita Acharya and Sita Devi Thakurani. They are worshipping Mahaprabhu. And on the sides are these two brothers, Vasudev Ghosh and Madhava. And then you have other two associates, Narahari Sarkar Thakur, fanning Mahaprabhu. So this is coming in Nitya Adi Leela when their description of expansions of Nityananda Prabhu. So in that, Vasudev Ghosh is very nicely described. Vasudeva Gite Kare Prabhu Re Varnanak Kashta Pashan Drave Yahara Shravana. When Vasudev Ghosh performed Kirtan describing Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, even the wood and stones they melt. That was the potency of the Kirtan that was performed by Vasudeva Ghosh. So let's get into the mood. Can I get a kartal? Yeah, thank you. We'll sing one beautiful bhajan of Vasudev Ghosh. Lyrics are very simple, so everyone can repeat that. यदि गौर ना है तो ताबे की है तो के माने धारिताम दे यदि गौर ना है तो ताबे की है तो के माने धारिताम दे दाधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगते जानत के यदि गौर ना है तो ताबे की है तो के मने धारिताम दे मधुर वृंदा विपिन माधुरी मधुर वृंदा विपिन माधुरी प्रवेश चातुरी सार वरज युवती भवेर भकति सकति हैतकार यदि गौर न है तबे की है तो के माने धारिताम दे गावो गावो पुनः गौरांगेर गुणा गावो गावो पुनः गौरांगेर गुणा सरल है या मन हे भाव सागरे ए मन दयाल हे भाव सागरे हे मन दयाल ना देखिए एक जना यदि गौर न है तबे की है I just wanted to play it for everyone. Let's everybody recite it. Okay, let's go back. यदि गौर न है तबे की है तो के मिने हरिताम दे गौरांग बलिया नागेनु गलिया के मने धारिनु दे गौरांग बलिया नागेनु गलिया के मने धारिनु दे देवायु वासुर हिया पाषाण दिया के माने दिया चे यदि गौर न है तबे की है के माने धरिताम दे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे very beautiful song, very beautiful translation. I'll quickly read it. If Lord Gaura had not appeared as a Yuga avatar in this age of Kali, then what would have become of us? How could we have tolerated living? Who in this universe would have ever learned about the topmost limits of the loving mellow that comprises the glories of Sri Radha? Who would have had the power to render ecstatic devotional service that follows in the footsteps of damsels of Vraja? Indeed, the clever expertise of the Vraj Gopis is a prerequisite for entering the supremely sweet forest of Vrinda Devi. Oh, please sing again and again of the glorious qualities of Lord Gauranga. Just try to keep your heart simple. Not even one person within this ocean of nescience has ever seen such a magnanimous personality as he. Even though I chant the holy name of Lord Gauranga, somehow I still have not melted in ecstasy. How then have I maintained the burden of this body? How has the Creator fashioned this body with a stone in the place of Vasudev Ghosh's heart? Amazing. So, in another very sweet song, Vasudev Ghosh says, glorifies Lord Ramchandra and simultaneously Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He says, in former Leela, as Lord Ramchandra, you became famous as constructing a floating bridge of stones across the sea to Sri Lanka. That's in Rameshwaram. Everybody knows about it. Now, in this Kali Yuga, you have given us the bridge of Harinam Sankirtan by which even the lame and blind can cross the sea of birth and death and attain the supreme spiritual happiness. He is Gunatunga Sakhi, his actual nature, his Gunatunga Sakhi in Radha Madhav Nitya Nikunj Leela. So that is described in Chaitanya Charitamrit, and his Samadhi is in 64 courses of Braj Mandal. It's there amongst all the Acharya. And today is another auspicious date. It's called Bhai Dooj. Everybody knows about it, I think. So Bhai Dooj is the day when it is celebrated by Yamaraj visits Yamuna Devi. And Yamuna Devi, out of her love and affections, provides a lot of sweets and desserts to Yamaraj and puts a tilak, Vijay tilak, on Yamaraj's forehead. And Yamaraj gives a boon that whoever, whatever, sister and brother, they celebrate this day with joy and fervor, they will be protected. They will be protected, right? So this is the very reason that Bhai Dooj is even celebrated today, and in our culture across the world, everywhere, wherever the Sanatan Dharma people are there, they celebrate Bhai Dooj. Okay, so now coming to the actual presentation of today's, which is duty of a householder. Like a grahastha, a person who is married and is staying in a family, what is their duty towards the society? And in particularly for the Vaishnava society, Vaishnavas. So there are several references from Bhagavad Gita that I will be talking about, and also from Chaitanya Charitamrit, how to connect this thing and then get to the ultimate mood of serving the Vaishnava. So Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, which is Karma Yoga, describes elaborately about different kinds of karmas that are performed by different people. So the first slok that I wanted to quote here, you can repeat after me. Tasmat asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma param apnoti purushaha. So it's a same thing, same karma process which was explained to Lord by Lord to Arjuna about you should not be bound to any kind of activities that you perform. So what is saying, therefore, without being attached to the results of activities, one should act as a matter of duty, or by working without attachment, one can attain the supreme. By definition appears very simple. Everyone is doing some kind of duty. In our family life also, when we are doing different kind of duties, maybe as a father, as a mother, as a child, as a brother, or any other relation for that reason, some duty or other duties performed by everyone. But are we doing this duty as a service to the Lord or not? That is the message that has to be accepted. So this verse encourages selfless action. Selfless action as a form of service. So there should not be any hidden motive behind the service, that I do this, I expect this in return. We should perform our duties with dedication without attachment to the outcomes or the fruits of the activity. Immediate following verse number 20 says, Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadayah lokasangraham evapi samsprashan kartumarhasi. So Lord gives example of people who have performed selfless service in their life. So immediately comes to directly to the kings like Janak and others who have attained perfection by performing their duties. Another example can be taken of Ambarish Maharaj. You should also perform your duties for the welfare of the world. Okay, there are different things that people say about it. Like, I am doing this as a service to my family. I do this service for charity, for different causes. But again, whether this service is going to benefit just me on the cost of others or not, that is important to understand. That is my understanding. I'm pretty sure there will be several realizations on this particular verse, and everyone will have some kind of understanding about it. What should be the actual nature of the duty? What type of karmas have to be done? The same thing was asked by Arjun also, Lord, whether I should perform a good karma or a bad karma. Then Lord says, no, we have to go beyond this. We have to go beyond this. Good and bad is something like we have to go akarma stage, where we are not even bound by the karmas. We are not bound by the karmas. What to do about it? So Lord Krishna emphasizes that the service to society and fulfilling one's responsibility can lead to spiritual success. When I was a child, it was not like just my parents raising me. It was my neighborhood also who was taking care of me. When I am in a society, each and everyone was taking care of me. I was pampered. I was fed. I was taught how to speak. I was taught how to walk. So all those are debts I incur for society. So when I took so much from society, it's my responsibility to give it back to the society. How can you do that? So eventually, we'll try to get back to this particular topic again, just taking examples from Bhagavad Gita and other Shastras. So even the noble figures like Janak Maharaj and Ambarish Maharaj, they performed the duties as a service to the society for greater goods. And ultimately, they achieved perfection. So that's an example. Like they did something like this. They performed duties in this way to achieve perfection. So that's an example. We can take example like that. Another shloka from the same chapter. Shaktah karmanya vidvamsho yatha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvams tatha shaktas chikirshuh loka sangraham. Now here, Lord is giving example of even ignorant people, how they perform their duties. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to the results, so the wise should do the opposite, the reverse. So wise should act without attachment, desiring the world's welfare, every word's welfare, society welfare, in human and everybody, not only society. When I talk about society, we should talk about everything, all the living and non-living entities also. Okay, what about plants? What about birds? What about the squirrel which is roaming around in the campus? You have to think about that also, right? So that will include a complete or holistic duty. Like I am thinking about system as a whole, not in isolation. So I am thinking about system as a whole. So this is the whole system where we are placed, and I am thinking about it in a holistic way. So that's way we can set an examples for other. Just like Janak Maharaj or Ambarish Maharaj is quoted in the words, different places. There could be our examples also. We can set these examples for the society for times to come in memorial. Now coming to chapter 5, verse 25. Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishya Kshina Kalmashaha Chinna Dvaidha Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. So in this verse, it's very clearly written what is the duty. What is the duty? This verse emphasizes the value of selfless service. Selfless service and compassion for all the living beings, describing it as a path to inner peace and liberation. Okay, so these were some evidences from Bhagavad Gita, what kind of duties are expected. Now, being in a devotee community, what are specific examples that are from other Shastras? I will be discussing that. Like Vaishnava Seva, what is the service to a devotee like? And what is the responsibility of a devotee? So this is a question that was asked to Mahaprabhu by devotees in Kulin Gram. Mahaprabhu gave this instruction. Prabhu kahena Krishna Seva Vaishnava Sevan Nirantar kar Krishna Nama Sankirtan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Serve Krishna, reverently attend to the Vaishnavas and perform Sri Krishna Nama Sankirtan without cessation. This is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. This also appeared in Sajjan Toshini, 7th volume by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So after hearing this instruction and deliberating upon this particular instruction, we know what is the prime duty or dharma of a householder, of a Vaishnava. What a Vaishnava Seva is like. So it is necessary for us to contemplate how the Vaishnava Seva is to be performed. So some contemplation is involved here. What are the points we can contemplate upon will come in the following verses. The tradition these days is when someone desires to perform Vaishnava Seva, he gets some pujaris, he gets some people from the society, cook some meal, make them feed. We have performed Vaishnava Seva. Is that a Vaishnava Seva by any chance? If we are calling some people, just feeding them, that may not be Vaishnava Seva. Yeah. Until unless we do the Krishna Katha, serve Vaishnavas, and also there's another verse I'll be discussing in the few slides, in which it is performed. It's not advised that you call so many people. Very high caliber Vaishnavas, you call them and then start feeding them. Few people you pay more attention, few people you pay less attention. You perform Vaishnava aparadha at that time. So it is advisable you just call a couple of people, take seva. Apart from that, it is also advisable you don't even call them. Someone appears at your place. They just come like Atithi. Atithi will not tell you when they are coming, right? They just come. If they have got all the Vaishnava, and then again there is a category, you have to find out who's a Vaishnava, who's a not Vaishnava. So we'll get into that also, who is a Vaishnava, who's a not a Vaishnava. So Mahaprabhu personally explained the kind of Vaishnava one should serve. Prabhu kahe yanra mukhe suni eka bar, Krishna naam se pujya shreshta sabakar. The Lord said, he from whose mouth Sri Krishna name is heard even once, one time, is worshipable and best of all the people. So Mahaprabhu is saying, just once you have uttered the name of Krishna, then you are best among the Vaishnavas, best among the people. Further, Mahaprabhu says, Yanhara darshane mukhe aise Krishna naam tanhare jani ha tumi Vaishnava pradhan. Know that one who makes Sri Krishna naam come in the mouth merely by seeing him is a Vaishnava pradhan. Also, like he's a topmost Vaishnava, most exalted Vaishnava. So two different definitions. One, any person who speaks Krishna's name once is considered as a Vaishnava. Second, even if you are seeing a person in distance and then you just forcefully the Krishna name comes out of your mouth, just his presence makes you chant the name of Krishna, that's a Vaishnava, topmost Vaishnava. Then further, Karma kari kahe Prabhu Vaishnava Lakshana, Vaishnava, Vaishnavavatara, Ara Vaishnavatman. The Lord thus sequentially explained different grades of Vaishnavas. Vaishnava, Vaishnava Avatar, I will talk about that also. And Vaishnavatma, according to their symptoms. How you can tell whether this person is a Vaishnava, whether he is a Vaishnava Avatara or Vaishnavatma. So different categories. By uttering Krishna name even once, one attains the stage of being a Vaishnava. However, what kind of name it must be, that is important. I am also saying Krishna. I don't have that Lakshana. I may not be considered as a Vaishnava. But what kind of actual person should be considered as a Vaishnava? Eka nama bhashe tomar papa dosha yabe. Ara nama laite Krishna charana paibe. By a single nam abhas, do I have it? All your sinful reactions will flee, and by chanting pure nam, you will attain Sri Krishna's lotus feet. So we should try to understand. Here it is to be understood that one is committing nama aparadha, offenses to the holy name. It is not possible to chant the holy name. If we are performing some aparadhas while chanting the name of the Lord, it is just nama bhasa. It's also called, that is not to be considered as a pure name coming out of it. Like it's a nam aparad. In this stage, only nama bhas or a semblance of pure holy name may occur. As a result of nama bhas, all of one's sins are diminished, and with diminution of sins, one's chitta or consciousness starts to become purified. So like their heart and mind will start to get cleansed. What Mahaprabhu says in Shikshashtakam, Chetu Darpanam Arjanam, Bhava Mahadavagni Darvapadam. So what is that? Chitta. Chitta. The inner core of consciousness. The innermost core of consciousness, that starts to get purified when we start to chant the name of Lord in a purified manner, in a clean way. Right? So what should be the mood of chanting? What should be the mood of chanting when we are actually chanting? I'm just asking a question. I just get to know some realizations from, because I'm not chanting doing pure chanting. So I want to learn something. Yeah, Madhava, can you know, like what is the purest form of chanting? Attentive chanting. Very good. Very good. Attentive chanting. When we are chanting, we are not doing anything. We are attentively doing chanting, just chanting. Anything else? In a surrendered mode. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Remembering Krishna's pastimes, leelas, that is fine. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. From our heart, yes. That is very true. That's very true. And actually everything comprises it. Like in one sentence, as Prabhu said, from heart. When you are applying your brain, it's different. When you are applying your heart, it's different. Both appears to be like symptomatically, it will be appearing the same. The person is chanting. But how much you are involved in that chanting, it comes only when your heart is involved. Because heart is the place where Lord is also seated, right? So you are involving the heart. Lord is seeing you, witnessing it. Lord is saying we should always be very, very careful when we are chanting or uttering the name of Krishna. Krishna is listening it, and he knows our mood. He knows our mood. What is our mood of chanting? Whether we are chanting it really with that depth of surrender, that depth of connection. That is very, very important to understand. So here, Mahaprabhu is clearly mentioning that एक नाम भाष्य तुम्हार पाप दोष याबे आरा नाम लाइते कृष्ण चरण पाइबे. By single namabhas, we could be at the stage of namabhas when we are talking, where we are chanting. Actually, it could not be at the higher stage, but at this stage also all our sins will start to get vanished. So this will lead to a pure Vaishnava stage. You will get into the stage of, or pure mood of chanting, you can say. So, O devotees, in every respect, please the Vaishnavas. So this is our prime duty. We are talking about the duties of a householder. So, O devotees, in every respect, please the Vaishnavas who are devoted to chanting. However, do not make Vaishnava Seva subordinate to Karma Kanda. That thing I was talking to you, call several people, feed them on certain occasions. This is all Karma Kanda. So, Karma Kanda cannot substitute the chanting. That's the importance of chanting. However, do not make Vaishnava Seva subordinate to Karma Kanda by only offering them food and dakshina. Inviting and feeding many renunciant Vaishnavas is not advised by Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya says, Bahut sannyasi yadi aise ek thani samman karite nari aparadha pai. If many sannyasis come together in one place, all of them cannot be honored and offenses will be committed. So you call like several Maharaj in one place and you're not able to pay proper respect to each of them. Maharaj will not say. They are very highly elevated people, highly elevated souls. They will not say anything, but you are actually committing some offense or other. So this is a very good message to take home. It's not like always having a big gathering of very renounced people is good. Rather, having one or two people of highly elevated caliber and serving them efficiently is advised here. The uninvited renounced Vaishnava, I was talking about Atithi, like this, uninvited renounced Vaishnava is called Abhyagat. If by chance one or two such Vaishnavas come to a householder's home, it is proper for the householder to serve them. By doing this, he is indeed performing a Vaishnava Seva. Okay, so when a Vaishnava is brought into one's home and served with great care, no offense is made. However, in fetching many renounced Vaishnavas, that's the same thing I'm repeating again here. So in this age of Kali, it will create many deviant paths to obstruct those attempting to cultivate Shuddha Bhakti. It's the nature of Kali Yuga, nature of Maya Devi, that she will test you at every point. She will test you at every point. She will try to deviate you from the path of Bhakti. But we have to be stubborn here. We have to be stubborn here at this point. So if we one follow Sriman Mahaprabhu's instructions, Kali will not be able to interfere in our practice. So this all was from Vaishnava Toshini Tika by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Just to summarize this part, one who chants the name without offenses, even sometimes, is a Vaishnava. One who ceaselessly chants the name without offense is a Vaishnava Avatara, a superior Vaishnava. And one whose heart, Hladini Shakti, has appeared. Srimati Radharani has actually appeared. It's a very, very confidential talk, not openly discussed in the public. But this is a devotee community, everybody knows that, right? If that sincerely appears in your heart, you should be considered as Vaishnava Atma, topmost of the Vaishnavas. The householder should serve these Vaishnavas. Such Vaishnavas might be householders or renunciants, but in Vaishnava Seva, it is not merely the devotee's ashrama that commands respect. It is proper for a householder to serve Abhyagata. By his doing, he is indeed performing Vaishnava Seva. So, hoping for such wealth, they start manifesting bhakti. So, that is the ultimate goal of life, to achieve bhakti, so that we can get Krishna Prem. So how Krishna Prem can be manifested if all these symptoms started to appear? And you do pure chanting, you serve Vaishnavas in a proper way. A wonderful day is coming. Today we are celebrating the Vasudev Ghosh's disappearance day. On 5th of November, we are going to celebrate Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. So please come. Again on November 5th, we are going to have celebration in our temple. So Vaishnava appearance and disappearance, they're not different. They're not different. They are celebrated equally. And it's very glorious to celebrate these days. And in particularly, Srila Prabhupada is very close to our heart because we are in the same parampara. We are coming in the same tradition, right? Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, and Srila Prabhupada is directly our Dada Guru. Feel proud of saying that, right? A pure Vaishnava by heart. So there, I just read a few quotes about Prabhupada. I just wanted to share here today. He's considered as a saint who began from a small storefront, and he introduced the Hare Krishna movement in America. And from America to entire world. That's our Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's success in spreading Krishna consciousness was due to his being directly empowered by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure Vaishnavatma. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Kali Kalera Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Paravartana. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtan movement. Let's chant, remembering Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, features of a true Mahatma like Prabhupada is also described in Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmas are always working under the direction of my internal energy. So what is internal energy of Lord? We have just discussed previously. Srila Prabhupada, by his faith in Krishna, by his selfless dedication to the order of his spiritual master, and by blessing of Lord Chaitanya, did what no one else could have ever done. Hare Krishna. Questions, comments, suggestions? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I just had a question. What about an event like Sadhu Sangha?
Yes, Prabhu, but that is actually organized in a mass way. And I'm pretty sure Prabhu will try to add on this. Every Maharaj is associated with one servant.
I see.
And that servant is also associated with another person from the congregation. Like that, there is a chain of people who are serving and taking care of each and every elevated Maharaj and also Vaishnavas. So there should not be any offense in that. And then in that mood, when we are there, in a sadhu sangha, everyone is engrossed completely into chanting and meditating on the Lord's name. I don't think offense can even think of coming there. But this was like individual service. When we are thinking about calling many people of elevated stature, sometimes people in social tradition, they just try to make a show off. Like big people who have got a lot of money, they will just invite people of different caliber to the parties. Now, just think about that. You're called a Vaishnava, and in the same party, you are serving alcohol. Just think about it.
Right.
Maybe Vaishnava won't say anything to you, but what you are getting out of it is nobody can explain that. Because a drunkard can come, they misbehave to Maharaj, because you have invited them, you are also incurring the part of that sin. So there is a difference in those kind of moods, Prabhu. Vaishnava Seva, say for example, in this congregation, we are performing installation of deities, inauguration of new temple. Several Maharajas will be coming here. And I'm pretty sure Prabhu is excited to think about that event coming very soon. We are also excited about it. And every one of us would be dying to serve the Maharaj at that point. What best we can do for Maharaj. Nobody should have any kind of discomfort or at any level. So that should be the mood, Prabhu. Hopefully, Prabhu, I explained it nicely.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anybody else? What, Prabhu? Did I do any mistake, Prabhu? Please give me some suggestions. I definitely need some rectifications, Prabhu. I'm sure that I might have committed some mistakes. So
No, I'm good actually. It was a beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you very much. The hierarchy of Vaishnavas that Mahaprabhu said, it's very beautiful. Even if you chant one time, you are a Vaishnava. Make others chant the next level. And the topmost level is just by looking at you. So I want to narrate one small pastime of Srila Prabhupada. In Amsterdam, Prabhupada visited in the airport. The disciples received Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is walking in the corridor, coming out of the airport. And there was one guy, a very tall guy, German guy, in a coat and suit. He's walking just right in the opposite to Srila Prabhupada. Maybe probably seeing Prabhupada first time, but he was walking, and Prabhupada was coming closer with all his disciples, very blissfully glorifying Prabhupada. This person came, kept his suitcase down, and paid Dandavat Pranam
Haribo!
to Prabhupada. It is recorded actually. He never met Prabhupada one time in his life. That's the first meeting. Some of the soul got excited by looking at the Mahabhagavat. The soul felt that I have to offer obeisances. And he said, Hare Krishna, like that. So this is the topmost devotee, just by looking at them, you say Hare Krishna, actually. So and that's the glory of Srila Prabhupada. And you
Our
beautifully,
Prabhupada.
yes, so you beautifully explained. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Nice.
Any other questions or comments?
Yes, Mataji.
The sloka which you quoted are from which scriptures, Prabhuji?
Mataji, I just took help of Sajjan Toshani Tika, 7th volume by Srila